Well, g'day D-Live and welcome back to the Gives a Minute D-Live stream for a Sunday afternoon affair. It has just gone 32 minutes past 3 in the PM for me. Good morning, good afternoon, good day, good evening to you. Whatever the time it is, wherever you're consuming this content, you're always welcome right here on the Gives a Minute D-Live stream. Let me just check that this is working. Pretty damn certain it should be, but you know me. I want to verify before we get too deep into the stream ski. So let me pull up the D-Live app and verify that we are live and audio and everything sounds good. Let me just check skis. Looks good and sounds good in the chit chat. Jason, how you doing, man? Hey, Gibbs and Gibbers, hello. Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? Oh, crikey, I forgot about this. I've got the Restream app in front of me here. So I can actually see the Restream and that way I can chat with everyone. So this is a rare time or a rare instance where you're watching my stream and you're not on dlive.tv. I can see your chat comments. However, if you chat on Facebook, I still won't see it. But I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll put a link in the chat. If you want to come on over to DLive, that link in the chat. I don't know if you'll see the chat on Facebook if you're watching on Facebook, but you'll see it in most places elsewhere. YouTube, Twitch, Trovo, FC2, Africa TV, Nemo Live. All the platforms, you'll see that little link. That's the stream as it's being streamed on dlive.tv. I'd like you to come down and join us on the Machines of D. And today, being a Sunday and also being lousy weather and the fact that I haven't quite got my HDMI transmitters set up yet, we're going to be doing an in-house stream. Rob Mack on the D-Live. G'day, Ben. How are you? I'm good, thanks. Thanks, Rob. I'm good too. What lovely manners you have. I'm well, dude. I'm well. Yeah, we're going to do a chill-out stream here, drinking some Jack. By the fireplace, of course. I might have to stoke the fire up as the flame gets lower. I might put some more wood on the fire, as it were. But still got a few more of these double Jack Daniel and Cola 250 mils. I was going to say 200 mils. 250 mils, the small cans, and I would like to finish them off, but I'm going to decant them into a glass. Yo, Jay. Hey, Jay.
Yeah.
Have you got an iron?
Iron, yeah.
Yeah. Are you going out now to work?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I can give you if you want.
Yeah. Can I? Oh, give me 1 second, folks. Yeah, man. I'm going to. Don't worry, it's not going to wreck the iron. I'm going to put foil over it, tin foil, but I'm going to use it to wax my board.
Okay.
So it's not going to affect your iron at all. But yeah, I'll just look for one in the house and see one anywhere. Cheers, man. I'll put it over here. Awesome. Thank you, man. I'll leave it just here again like that.
Yeah, one of those. Cheers, buddy. See you, man.
See you, Jack. That's actually pretty good timing that Jay did that because now I can grab the Jack. But I'm going to decant it into a glass and I froze some water for this very occasion to get a little sophisticated. Yeah, I just think these are too small. Too small to not do this. They just disappear too quick. Oh, shit. I'm going to wax my snowboard. By the way, Let me ask you something. Or let me speculate with something. When you wax a surfboard, you put wax on it to make it sticky. When you wax a snowboard, you put wax on it to make it slippery. Same thing though, it's wax. By the way, we've got an M tag. You mean Rob Oz? Oh, that's Rob Ozzy. Shit, I beg your pardon. I thought that was Rob Mack. How you doing, Rob? We don't see you too often, so it's when I just see Rob underscore, I just assume it's Rob Mack. But that's Rob Ozzy. How you going, Rob? Good to see you, man. Been a little while. Actually, you've been missing for a long while, but you did swing in kind of recently. Yeah, pretty recently. Let me just tag the M machine. Let me just go to the M tag. I'll do it over here, actually. It's going to be easy. I got my laptop sitting right here, so it's going to be stupidly easy to M tag this one. Let me go, chatting family friendly becomes mature audiences only. Now you can swear if you want. If you want to swear, go ahead and swear. I'd recommend not swearing. You know, swearing never looks good. Lady Crochetta, hi Gibbs. How you doing, Lady Crochetta? Now where was I? I'm going to put it up on the restream. Cheers. Let me put this down here. Don't need that on this instance. Yeah, so the catch or the deal with these is so little, yet not the... So such a small can. So I'm trying to stretch it by pouring it into a glass with ice. Look at that, fully frozen together. That's funny. That's okay. I've been battling the flu. Oh, you got a flu, have you, Rob? Sorry to hear, dude. The videos I've made have been helping. Thank you, man. You enjoying my time in New Zealand? I'm enjoying my time here, and I've been enjoying making YouTube stories as well. Little YouTube story action. I've been enjoying doing that. Wow, this is really sophisticated, isn't it? See, there's not much in there. Yeah, YouTube stories. And what I've been doing is I've been downloading them and then putting them all together to make one long story that I'll re-upload as a video. So if you missed my YouTube stories, you will see them. Actually, we should shoot one now. Should we shoot a YouTube story right now? I think I will. Something weird about drinking Jack and Cola out of a glass with ice in it. Normally it's just straight from the tin. Have you guys seen? They just made an announcement, Jack Daniels. They're going to be making Jack Daniels and Coke, like actual Coca-Cola. So they branded together to make an RTD, a premix, one of these guys, but it's not with cola. It's with Coke, Coca-Cola. Actual branded Coca-Cola. That's cool, because the cola they use in these is usually pretty rubbish. Let me do a little YouTube story here. It's Sunday the 19th of June. This is like the old days of the daily vlog. Add to my story. Hey YouTube, how you doing? Doing a little YouTube story here while I'm live streaming as per a Sunday affair here. We're streaming to the internet machine. We're doing a fireplace Jack Daniels stream. So that's going to post up as a story right now. Uploading to your story, and I'll do another one. And what do I mean by a fireplace Jack Daniels stream? Look, I've got the fire on. The fire's cranked up, folks. It's all beautiful in here right now. Oh, wrong way. And we're just sitting here. I just poured a Jack into a glass jar. Going to give you a minute, I believe. Jason, hey Rob, hey Jason. I'll just show this here. Yeah, we've got a little dubs action here, double 250ml dubs, and we've actually added it to a glass with ice just to be a little sophisticated. I want to tell you something. This will give you a little behind the scenes view for if you want to see my setup here. So that's a good thing if you want to check my story on YouTube. I was just thinking too, this is a great chance to show my setup if you want to see my setup here. Actually, probably not the best to see this because this isn't how I normally stream, but just because I'm at home, I've got it set up this way, but I'll have to do another one soon when it's, I don't know, you don't need it. Yeah, this isn't my regular stream setup, but today I'm just rocking a few extra things in the mix. I'll just show you that as well. Yeah, down here, the Bond backpack. Show you all that another time. But yeah, pretty cool. What was I going to say? Oh, Jack and Coca-Cola. They're actually mixing it with Coke these days. Not yet. Soon. You know what I should also do? Bear with me. I'll be back with you Yahoos momentarily. One thing I thought I should do here, show you the view, because I know you can't often see that. I'll switch to the flip camera, the other camera. Hold on one sec. Yeah, that's a better camera to show you the outdoors. So when I say it's snowing up on the hill, that's up there, little speckles of white, more on that side. Coronet Peak over yonder. Oh, hold on a second. Be with you back in a second. Coronet Peak through the gap here, if we change the exposure, you can probably just see right in the hillside through there. That's Coronet Peak. It's all white, snowing right now. Queenstown Hill in front there, and the live stream set up here. That's the live stream setup. It's cranking. Guess I better come back and pay some attention to the stream. Being that this is a live stream, I'll see you. 1 second. See you Yahoos tomorrow. I'm going to do some more content from work. I've been told I can. I've been asked to do it, so we'll be doing a lot more content coming up tomorrow from work. Cool, cool, cool. Now, where were we? I didn't know YouTube had stories. Jason, yeah, they've had them for a while. I know that they have shorts. Yeah, people get confused. Shorts, not stories. It's a separate feature. I was using stories for quite a while, and then I went off them, and then I got back on them. Don't know why I went off them. Don't know why I came back on them. I think I was just thinking I could put this content on Instagram, but I don't really... Instagram to me seems a bit crazy, or not crazy, but a bit lousy. It's like, I won't post on Instagram for 6 months, and I'll have, I think I got about 500 odd followers on Instagram. I won't touch it, and then the moment I'll post, the followers will go down to like 400. And then it will climb back up to 500, 600 or 700 or something. And then it'll sit there. And I won't touch it for like literally, I won't even log in on it. I won't even open the app. And then I'll remember months later and go, oh, I wouldn't mind posting. It's usually a surfing clip, post a surfing clip up. Followers will drop straight back down again. So it's, I don't know I don't know the algorithm. I don't really care about the algorithm. I don't care about the algorithm anywhere, let alone Instagram, but yeah, it's just another strange one. Yeah. But the idea of shooting a quick video from work and uploading it directly is pretty compelling, right? It's just like super easy to do. Also, you could say, well, then you could go live from the app on DLive. And yes, I could. I could definitely do that from work. I was thinking about doing that, but I do have the HDMI transmitters here, folks. This one is the receiving unit. It's got the power in it at the moment. This is the receiving unit. The transmitting unit is another one very similar, and it sits on top of the camera. I just need to get the HDMI patch cables, because you don't need a huge cable run from here to the streaming encoder, and likewise from the GH5 into the transmitter. What that'll mean is, once I've got the little patch cables, basically the camera will be separate to the backpack, and we can move around. I could take you guys. There's 300 feet between these, so I could walk across the park and whatever. We don't need to do that, but it's just going to be super handy to be untethered from this backpack. Pretty cool. So, what else is news? The other thing I was going to mention. Well, I had something else I was going to tell you about. It was in regards to streaming, I think. It slipped my mind right now. If it comes back to me, I'll remind myself. The backpack, yeah, gotta love a good backpack. What was I going to tell you? Well, this wasn't it, but I'll tell you this anyway. Do you know my on-running Cloud Rock waterproof hiking boots made in Switzerland? Spent a good three weeks in Melbourne in transit getting to New Zealand. Remember these boots I've got for work? Fully waterproof. They're not waterproof. They've been leaking. Both of those shoes have been leaking pretty badly. In the sides, like on the where your small toe is, your pinky toe, it leaks in there. On the back around the heel area, it leaks there. On both shoes. I sent them an email and I lodged a complaint, or not, a warranty claim. Sent the photos before and after, like how I've used them, and literally told them what I do. I walk across this park here. It's called Warren Park. Wazza! And by the time I get to the other side of the park, my feet are wet. We're walking through a constantly wet sporting field because it's covered in snow and rain, and my feet get wet. And so they said, that's not cool. Here's what we're going to do. You keep those ones. Maybe you use them in summer. Go to our website, order yourself another set, put in this coupon code that they've given me, one-time usage only, 100% free, like it'll just erase the cost, and you'll just order a new set. So I'm going to order a new set, and by crikey, by jingo, if those ones leak as well, shit, that'll be interesting. I'm going to make a video explaining everything and the photos and everything, and then I'm going to put the new ones on, and I'm going to walk right across this park, and if my feet get wet from that, I'll be like, dang. But that's pretty good customer service, right? They said, we don't expect you to send the other ones back to us. You keep them, do whatever. They said if you want to recycle them, here's a recycling depot you can go to. Keep them, do whatever you want with them. I mean, they're going to be great for summer. They're a great shoe, period. But I did buy them specifically for this job, and this job involves me getting wet in snow and slush. Oh, that's what I was going to tell you about the job. Yeah. So I can't wear those shoes on this job as they stand, or I can and just accept that I'm going to get wet feet, which isn't fun. That's good. It is good, isn't it, Jason? Good customer service. Real good customer service. What I was going to tell you about the job. So tomorrow is I just got my roster here. I don't really like the way they do the rostering. It's only like, I guess they're still sort of getting the new crew into the system, because I've only got a roster that extends out for one day. So I know I'm working tomorrow, but I don't know if I'm working on Tuesday, and I'll know if I'm on Tuesday while I'm working on Monday. I like being able to look ahead for the whole week and go, okay, I'm working Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, off Thursday, back on Friday, off Saturday, on Sunday. I like that kind of thing. But this shift that I start tomorrow is the first time that I've been rostered on with nobody else there. Like I'm doing the job now. Oh, that's what I was going to tell you about the P endorsement. So yeah, shift notes, 7 o'clock for a 7:30 staff sweep to Coronet Peak. So I'm not buddying up with anybody. I'm doing the job. Well, I'll be there with the other crew, shuttle drivers. Okay, so get this. You know that I need a passenger endorsement to drive a vehicle with seating. So it could be a taxi, could be a small shuttle, or it could be a small bus or a large bus. To drive those vehicles with members of the public, you need what's called a passenger endorsement added to your license. In New Zealand, you need to have held a driver's license for the minimum of 2 years before they'll even consider giving you the passenger endorsement. There is a process, if you're like me and you've just come into the country, where you can verify you're a good driver with an untarnished criminal record and an untarnished driving record. So you've never had a traffic infringement, you've never been in jail, you've got no outstanding this and that's. If you can prove all that, they fast track this process and give you the P endorsement without having to wait 2 years. So for this job, I fell into that category where I need a passenger endorsement. I cannot wait 2 years to get one, obviously, because the job will be over. It's only a seasonal job. So when you come into town here in Queenstown, you got to get onto that ASAP because it's a long process. You got to get everything verified and documents, and I had to get like federal police checks from Australia and driving records. And the worst thing about the driving record, in New South Wales, the driving record doesn't have the issue date when you were first issued a license. So then you got to go and get that information separate and add that to it. It's all got to be stamped with the Justice of the Peace, and I went to the cops and got them to do it. It's a big, big process. We've been waiting for this. I can't do my job until this comes through. I can buddy up with somebody else and help putting on the chains, and I can do everything except drive the vehicle with passengers. I can drive the vehicle with just me and the team leader, but I can't drive the public. So that's what we've been doing for the last 2 weeks. On Friday, Thursday, I had a phone call saying, I need to talk to you about your medical history. This is the person who's going to give the stamp to approve the 2-year reduction or to get me the P endorsement. She calls me up and says, I need to talk to you about your medical record. Okay, cool. What do you got to ask? She says, well, because your doctor that you went to here in Queenstown doesn't know you because you only just arrived, they couldn't tick off all the medical history because they don't know your medical history because they're not your doctor. I'm like, yeah, okay. Okay, so what do you got to know? Well, have you had any instances of seizures, or have you had blackouts, or are you prone to hypertension? All this stuff. And it's just like, no. Then she says to me, okay, that all checks out. I'll be putting this through into the system, and your expected wait time is between 2 weeks to 3 months. I was like, ooh. Now her name was Delana. I remember her name, very nice name. I said, Delana, because she also mentioned my name, so I could mention hers. Delana, is there any way that this could be fast-tracked? And she says, not really, because it's not me that does it. I put this now, it's basically been ticked off by me, and then it goes into the next person's system. They got to do their things, and then the next person, and that whole process, we say between 2.5 weeks to 3 months. And I said, okay, I understand that. However, I'm in Queenstown. I'm already employed with NZ Ski. I cannot perform the tasks of my job until I get this P endorsement. And she stopped me and says, whoa, hang on, who did you say you work for? I said, NZ Ski. And she says, I'm going to put this through the whole system myself. I'm going to avoid everybody else and do everything myself. Right now, you should get the endorsement in the next hour or two. Check your email. I'm like, wow. So if I didn't mention NZ Ski, you wouldn't have done that. It's just, and she said, well, I know what it's like down in Queenstown, and there's a shortage of bus drivers, and you're here seasonally working. You've proven everything. I'm going to personally put this through for you. And sure enough, about an hour and a half later, I get an email. It's like, congratulations, your P endorsement has been granted. The exemption's all clear. Everything's cool. You're good to go. Now, at that point, I forward that message on to my boss, Malcolm. I said, good news, dude. I'm ready to go. There's my P endorsement, tick of approval. Do you want me to drive the bus? Because this is like midday on Friday. And I was keen. Like, I want to drive, right? I've been doing the chains and involving myself with the customers, but I just haven't actually driven the bus yet with customers. And he said, yeah, man, get into it. Get right into it. And at that moment, the cops turned up on top of the hill. Coronet Peak, there was cops, and not just police, but the transit police, like the ones that inspect vehicles and do all that stuff. I didn't even know that they were different, but they're a different mob, apparently, a different set of police. And they were all over it. They were checking every bus, every driver, every logbook, all the details. And I just got chatting to the car. I wasn't driving yet, and I was like, oh, I'm pretty excited because I just got my P endorsement and I'm going to be driving this afternoon. You know, I'm fresh off the boat from Australia and I'm here for the winter. I'm really looking forward to it. The cop says to me, show me your endorsement. I said, well, I haven't got it yet. I've just got the email. And I brought it up and showed him. He said, that's not what you need. You need the actual endorsement. I'm like, that's literally what the email is. Like, read it. It says you've got your P endorsement. In the next 4 to 5 days, it'll be mailed to you in hard format, like the actual license card. And I said, I'm good to go with that. And he says, no, you're not. He says, if you're driving and I asked you for your P endorsement and you showed me that email, you'd get a fine. I'm like, fuck, this country? Like, seriously? And I said, so what have I got to do? What have I got to do to drive today? And he says, you've got to drive down to your AA, which is the Automobile Association, and they will take your driver's license off you and they will give you an intermediary. I haven't got it on me. They'll give you a piece of paper, yeah, old school, bit of paper, with all the details of your driver's license, which they've just taken off you, except that there'll be the addition of passenger endorsement ticked. And I didn't want to push this because, you know, you don't want to run away from the boys in the blue. Boys in the blue, boys in the blue. You don't want to mess with the boys in the blue, right? But I said to him, dude, without trying to be facetious about this, but isn't that what the email is? Like, why have I got to physically go somewhere and get a bit of paper which mimics the email? Because the email, like, you could fake the bit of paper, but you can't fake the email. It's like, you have to get the bit of paper. So then I ring up my boss and say, hey, I can't actually drive until I get this freaking bit of paper. What do you want me to do? And he says, take my ute down off the hill, drive out to the AA in Remarkable Park, get your little bit of paper, come back up, show it to the cops, and then you're good. And that's what I did. I had to drive off Coronet Peak, down through town, out to Remarkable Park, line up at the AA, and this was the only time that it was quick. And then she gives me this little bit of paper and I'm good. Yo, AVX Nation, how you doing, man? Jeez, over on Twitch. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you, buddy. Yeah, so the point of the story is I'm now fully passenger endorsed, yet I don't have the actual license. I only have the bit of paper, which is the temporary intermediary license, backed up by the email, but not the physical card. And that's taken... I mean, I've been here 5 weeks now, I guess. I've been hard at this, like pursuing this nearly every day since I've been here. So my advice, and I will make a video sort of summarizing all this because I think it's a good searchable YouTube video for anybody thinking about entering New Zealand to work as a driver for NZ Ski. There are a bunch of things you'll need to consider. The first thing you should consider is you got to get in town super early. Like, if your job starts on the 10th of June, do not expect to rock up on the 2nd of June and then get all of your driver's license and passenger stuff done. It won't happen. It just will not happen. It's taken me 5 weeks. Doug Ski! How you doing, Doug? Good to see you, buddy. Jason, me and 3 of my sisters took our dad out for Father's Day to a stir fry. Ooh, hello. Father's Day. You're in Australia, aren't you? Father's Day, yeah. It was okay. The spring rolls were old. Oh, that's no good. Shit. Is it Father's Day today, is it? Yeah, the teriyaki chicken. Cool. AVX Nation, dude, we haven't seen you in a long time. Are you don't like D-Live anymore. You don't touch D-Live, do you? Yeah, interesting. So that's the process, and yeah, and what I'm ultimately getting at with this conversation, tomorrow, first day of the actual job. Like, it's like, yep, that's what you got to do. You know how it's done. You've had enough experience doing it. Now do it. Tomorrow. So in the intermission, better stoke the fire up, eh? surprisingly, it hasn't really changed at all. That has got to be the simplest idea for a YouTube video. Oxor Arts on YouTube. Oxor, how you doing, man? Been surfing lately? No, I live in New Zealand and in Queenstown. There are surfers in this town though. Funny you should ask me. There are about 4 surfers in this town, and they do travel. They go down the west coast, I believe, down Invercargill Way, the bottom. And if the wind is really strong enough, they do hit the lake here. There's the Lake Wakatipu, and there is a point break. It's got to be massive. It's got to be stupidly windy, and it's fresh water, and it's not a very long ride. You can search it on YouTube. There's one dude gets like maybe one wall of a wave, and that's it. Doug, still working at the restaurant as well? No, I haven't had a shift at the restaurant at all, which I haven't really been pursuing, to be honest, but I did send my... So funnily enough, the rostering system done on Deputy isn't great, but my boss did give me my entire June roster up front and said, this is what we're going to expect throughout June. And I then sent that on to, her name's Ray. I sent that on to Ray at Bespoke. And I said, so I can do these days for you guys. Cause I still want to keep in, like, I don't want to lose that spot. Like, I like that kitchen. I like the crew. The food's amazing. The menu's great. I don't like this job for the Hill it'll come to a stop pretty abruptly, I'm imagining. And so that's when I'll go back to the kitchen. But I would be happy to go in on my days off as well. Because it's only till 2 o'clock, right? Like, they don't do dinner service. It's the golden ticket when it comes to kitchen work. Breakfast and lunch service only, no dinner service. Small kitchen, small crew, great food, great menu, lovely ambience, lovely attitude. Everyone's cool there, and you don't have to work nights. It's beautiful. Sergeant Bob in the house. How you doing, man? Sergeant Bobskis, what's going on? Cracking. How you doing? I just got my 7-grain organic cereal from Amazon. I cannot wait to bake some real multi-grain bread. Oh, that sounds nice, Jason. Whole wheat bread, flour, yeast, molasses. That sounds lovely, dude. I'm a little jealous. Did I tell you that I got a bread machine? No, you didn't, but I'm assuming you've got one. Either that or you're going to go freestyle and just all mix it together and shove it in the oven. What else can I tell you? I'm going to wax my snowboard tonight. Opening day Remarkables was yesterday. Check my vlog on YouTube. Opening day Coronet was a couple of days earlier. Check that vlog on YouTube. The next day off I have, if it's blue skies, I'm going to go and do a live stream from up at Coronet Peak. Yes, I got a bread machine. Okay, I'm figuring you did get one. I got a funny comment on my YouTube channel the other day. You remember I had that accident when I stopped skateboarding, when I messed up my elbow and I had the terrible triad injury? Someone put a comment saying something like, how's your elbow now? Like, what's the... Because the problem with it was that and it's still not quite there. When the accident happened, I think I could only like extend it this much. I couldn't flatten it out, couldn't go fully horizontal. Now I can almost get there. Not as good as it used to be, but the person asked me, the comment said, it's been a few years, what's the flexibility like now? How's it going? And I said, my reply was something like, oh, it's been so long, but I did do a follow-up video back in the day, but it's not bad. It's not quite 100%, but it's not too bad. And they responded with, so make a detailed video explaining everything right now for me. And I was like, excuse me? Am I being ordered to make a video about my elbow for you? Is that what you want me to do? Do you want me to stop everything and make a video just for you? I'm like, get stuffed. I didn't actually say that, but that's what I was feeling. Hendrik! The H-Man cometh. How you doing, Hendrik? Good to see you, man. Happy Sunday, Styleses. I saw the Remarks vlogs. Very cool. Remarkables, thank you, man. It's very nice up there. Very nice. And I did a little hike up to a little extra height section and sat there and did a little video. Good to be up there. I'm eventually, well, not eventually, when it's, now that I got better boots, I'm going to hike up there and live stream. Definitely live from up there. It's going to be kind of hard though. Am I going to start the stream when I get to the spot or do the hike up? I'll probably start the stream when I get there because that way I can keep the camera gear in the big pick and get sorted before we start. Yeah, and then we'll snowboard back down. I'll take my GoPro as well and we'll snowboard back down. Because with the, we won't even need the transmitters when we're snowboarding back down because we'll literally have the cable from the helmet, I guess. Yeah. So that's been my excitement. I want to go outside and stream again. Okay. I definitely want to get outside and stream again soon, but the weather has been... See, there's no point me taking you guys out on a cloudy day. It's cloudy again today. There's a patch of blue up there, but you want to be outside in this town. I want to take you to Jack's Point. I want to take you to the breweries. There's a brewery up here, Canyon Brewery. Take you to the other brewery that's not far from here. I guess that could be an indoor thing. I just want to, even though it's winter and it's like snowing and stuff, it's better outside than inside here. Mind you, I'm pretty happy to do these kind of streams every now and then just so that you guys can get the vibes of the home time. Anybody got any questions or any suggestions? What do you want to talk about? It doesn't always have to be about me. I'll take suggestions from you yahoos. Dougski, stuck at work, but a beautiful 16 degrees for winter. Okay, let's do a little guessy guess. What temperature do you think it is here? Actually, let me just go. In the chat, you guys put what you think the temperature is in Queenstown, New Zealand, and I'm going to go and feel it, and then I'll put a guess in as well. Let me just step outside for a second and feel it. Okay, it's not that cold. I'm going to say, I reckon that's like 7 or 8 degrees. It's not that cold at all, actually. I'm going with 7. I'm going with 7 degrees. 7 Celsius. Jason says 2. Dougski says 4, Hendrik says 5, Sergeant Bob says 1. I'm going with 7. I'm going to go with 7, let me tell you. I'll just lower the brightness so that you guys can see this. The temperature in Queenstown is 6. 6 Celsius. The low tonight will be -2 and the high is 6. So we've actually hit our high already today. Coming up on the old Celsius machine this week, no snowfalls coming up, bugger. The lowest we're getting is going to be on Wednesday, where it's going to hit a -4. -4 and the top is 4. And it's sunny that day. Shit, -4 and 4 and sunny. Then up on Coronet Peak, it's 1 degree right now. I thought it would be snowing up there. It's just cloudy. No snow forecasted either. Oh, shit. That's the other thing too. If it doesn't get fresh snow up there, I mean, I guess it's good to go on piste and get your legs running. My legs were burning after the Remarkables. Man, that leg, damn. Definitely a different style of fitness for snowboarding. My, what are these abs? My abs were hurting as well. Yeah, definitely need a different style of fitness more than surfing. My lips are all chafed as well. Got to put lip balm. Got to get some lip balm. I don't have any lip balm. Isn't that a lovely word, lip balm? It just flows so clean off your tongue. Lip balm. Hit me. Give me a topic. Give me. I'll discuss whatever you want to discuss. I've given you my news. I've laid it out there. Now it's time to give back. Otherwise, we'll just sit here in dead silence while I observe Queenstown Hill with speckles of snow. I'm going to get another Jack though. I'm going to get pizza tonight. Sunday's pizza night. Then I'm going to wax my board. Then I'm going to go to bed early. Get up early for work. Yeah. Just use snowboard wax on your lips. Snowboard wax? Why? Really? Is that a thing? Bug Nana, how you doing, Bug Nana? It's 82 degrees here, hot for this time of the year at night, 10:13 in the PM skis. So 82 Fahrenheit is something Celsius. I'm not sure exactly. I'm not sure how that converts as. Well, okay. All right. Okay. Uh-huh. Dougski, thank you for propping the conversation forwards. Doug says, 17 tomorrow, then crap weather for the rest of the week. Rain, no snow. That will wreck the snow that is already there. See, I don't want to be the guy. I'll be the guy though. When Australia got dumped on last 2 weeks ago now, 1.5 weeks ago, that was my fear. My fear was that it's a dumping very, very early for Australian winter, and it's going to turn to shit pretty quickly. I'm not saying don't revel in it and don't enjoy it like most of Australians did. Oh, the snow's amazing. I saw all the photos and I was a little jealous of it, no doubt about it. Then we got it here as well. Like, we got a big dumping here at the Remarkables, but I knew that once it was over, it would turn to shit pretty quick in Australia. We had Jacinta Ardern up at the Remarkables yesterday on opening day. She had there was a big police force, a big police presence while she was around. Hendrik, dentist appointment for me Tuesday. I hope I can speak again soon. Do you really have a dentist appointment on what time is it on Tuesday? Is it at 2:30? Ah, shit. I wouldn't use snowboard wax on my lips. I don't know if that's a thing, is it? What does snowboard wax do on your lipses? Bugnana, 27.7 Celsius. Okay, so I know what that feels like. That's a relatively warm night. In Australia, anything less than 30 isn't really considered like hot. I'm not being whatever, but if it's not 30, then it's not quite hot yet. It's got to hit 30 to be hot. 8:50 a.m. Queensland time. Gotcha. Jason, it's just about full-blown summer here in USA, Canada. Yeah, you guys are almost into. Actually, that's what I wanted to do. What are the winter months in New Zealand? I think New Zealand doesn't do it at the start of the month like Australia does. Let me find out. Winter months in NZ. Winter months bring snow to the mountain, blah, blah, bling, blah, blang. What are the 3 winter months in NZ? Here are the official seasons from the Met Office. Spring in NZ is September through November. So September, October, November. Summer is December through Feb. Autumn is fall is March to May. Winter, June through August. So it is the same. That's the same as Australia. June, July, August. Is it June? Or is winter in Australia July, August, September? October, November, December? No, it's not. It is the same. It's the same as Oz. Because June, July, August, my birthday's in the last month of winter. September, October, November is spring. December, January, February is summer, yeah. It's the same. It got the ground cold. Yeah, Doug, that's what it did do. That's what that big dumping of snow did for Australia. It got the ground cold, which means that technically the snow should stick around longer. And that's the same here too, right? I mean, it's a little different because we're so much lower to the south, so automatically it's already colder, period. Like everything's colder, but it still needs to be colder. Colder! Bagnana, in Nebraska, US, it should be a high 50s or low 60s. This is hot. Okay, so that's hot for your town. Gotcha. Yeah, Jason, the meteorological summer here is just for June, July, and summer. Sorry, what? June, July, and August. Yeah. Oh, wow. Hang on a second. That's the meteorological, but on the calendar. But the summer solstice is tomorrow or the next day. So the longest day of the year, the 20th. Your higher mountains as well, I presume. That's true, Doug. Yeah, true. Actually, hold on a second. The highest mountain here is Mount Rapa Nui. Highest mountain in New Zealand. Mount Rapa Nui, right? Or is it Mount Cook? It's Mount Cook. Highest mountain is Mount Cook, isn't it? Let me see. Highest mountain in NZ is going to be Mount Cook. Yep, Mount Cook. The highest mountain, let me tell you, and then I want to compare it to Mount, I'm not going to say Everest. The following list of the mountains in New Zealand ordered by heights. Just give me the highest one. It's got a whole list. Rapa Nui is the 19th. Where did I get that from? The highest mountain is 3,724 meters. That would be Mount Cook. What did I say? 3724. So 3,724. Highest mountain, Australia, mate. Better put some more wood on that fire, dude. No result? Oh, I spelled highest wrong. I spelled mountain wrong. Dude, you've really messed this up. Kosciuszko, but what is the height here? I believe it's only about 2.2 or something. Highest mountain in Australia, go to the actual, here we are. Oh shit. Oh man, I was close. 2228. 2,228 meters versus 3,720 or something. Interesting. So Mount Kosciuszko is about 1,000 meters less in height than Mount Cook, but Mount Cook is not where I am. I'm on the Southern Alps down in Queenstown, but that's further south, so closer to the colder weather of the Antarctic Circle. What I find interesting though is, and this is a little frightening, I did a little YouTube watching the other night, and yeah, we're on the, I mean, there's going to be an earthquake in this country, and it's going to be a big one, right? When the one, I know there was one in 2011, there were two in Christchurch, and 7 months apart or whatever. The next one that hits this both North and South Island, it's going to be big. They're talking about it as like terrible, like a terrible earthquake. You look at the fault lines of how now you got to understand that it's a globe, right? It's not a flat Earth, it's a globe. For the sake of this discussion, if we try to talk about these tectonic plates as a flat Earth, I mean, I don't know how to translate it to flat Earth theory, but as a globe, as a sphere, you look at how the plates all interact together, and it literally cuts off the side of the North Island, then it fangs in onto the South Island, and it goes right down the freaking center of the South Island. And that's why we've got the Alps here. That's why the Remarkables runs north-south. That's why this epic landscape exists, because it's just come up from plates pushing together and shooting upwards out of the ocean over volcanoes and shit. And it's going to happen again. I'm just hoping it doesn't happen while I'm here, or I'm just hoping it doesn't happen and nail people, because it's going to be big. Hendrik, the seasons in the Europe start at the equinoxes and the solstice. Yeah, so they start them on those days, don't they? It's weird, isn't it? And Doug, yeah, you got it. Kosciuszko is just over 2,000. Yeah, so it's not very high, is it? The 21st is the first day of summer. But isn't that funny, Bogdana? Because the meteorological summer is calendar months. Jason, it's wacky that people can just type with a finger or a thumb right now on the screen. You wouldn't say that 20 years ago. True. We're due in BC for a 9 or a 10 on the Richter scale. Damn, dude. Yeah, I'm not, I got a little, I mean, I didn't get worried, but I did get a little concerned, let's just say. A little concerned. There's nothing you can do though, right? What are you going to do? Stop living? Are you going to say you can't exist in New Zealand because there's going to be an earthquake sometime in the future? They have ways of like mitigating the danger with the way they make buildings these days. Actually, Hendrik, you could probably speak on this. Like there's a technique that they use to, it's like the base of the building is separate to the ground, but it's connected, but it's on a rubber wavy platform that can wobble instead of, I mean, think about it, right? If the ground moves below you, you want the building to move with the ground, right? Not try to stay still, because then you're going to dislodge it and it's going to collapse. So they do have ways, but no one really uses them. But there are systems in place in other countries, but New Zealand hasn't really adopted it, which is kind of strange because they got wiped out in the Christchurch one. I got a split, Doug. My mate's got the ride on the mower bogged in the rail yards. You little, I'd help you, man. I could help you there, but I can't do it from here. Go and get it. Go and get it, Doug. Go and get it. Hendrik, I worked on a Wellington University building. The earthquake measures are intense. So you know about that, what they've done there. Yeah, they are. It's interesting. Hey, I'm going to put this in the chat. Hey, Yahoos. Come over here to speak to me. There we go. I knew you'd be all about that, or I knew you'd know about that, H-Man. They have got these. There's a whole bunch of different things that they've done to sort of stop or to lower the. Like if a building comes down, the building's coming down, but there are ways to. And I mean, we looked at this on the way back when on my streams at the 9/11, all the theories, the conspiracy theories. And the controlled demolition, how they purposely bring a building down in a uniform fashion. They can do similar things with making buildings fall to the side instead of making them fall on top of each other. Because like arguably, if you're on the bottom floor of a, say, 30-story building and an earthquake happens, if that building comes straight down, like a controlled demolition, you're definitely dead, right? No doubt about it. But if it goes to the side, maybe there's a chance that people in the lower buildings or the lower floors escape somehow. But then you could argue, but then it's going to hit the building next to it. I don't know. I mean, I don't have any answers. It's kind of the same thing. Like, should you build a city on top of a fault line? I mean, in Australia, we build cities and towns in floodplains, and then everybody gets all angry when the waters rise and people lose their houses. Like, well, you fucking built your whole town in a valley. And what do they tell you when you go camping? That looks lovely to camp over there. That's a creek bed, dude. If it starts raining, even 10 miles away, that's going to fucking fill up and you're going to be blown away. But they build cities and towns. Look at Lismore. The whole thing's in a floodplain. Now you could say, yeah, but they did that from so long ago. Sure, they did it a long time ago. What can you learn from that, though? Never been through an earthquake, but we dealt with tornadoes. Yeah, right, Bugnana. That's another frightening global problem. Tornadoes, dude. Damn. I mean, wow. If a tornado came through here, I mean, there'd definitely be a point break happening. You'd be able to get a wave, but shit. Yeah, right on, H-Man. The buildings are designed to sway and not crack. Good idea. Also, simple things like wires in front of bookshelves so your glasses don't fall down. Makes sense. It's like you do in a tour bus, right? They don't just put shit on shelves. They have like, it's like neoprene on the shelving so that the glasses stay there when the bus moves. The highest mountain in NC, North Charlotte. Who did that? Oh, I don't see, I see donations. I don't see because I'm on Restream here. Who did that? Let me go to YouTube, D-Live. Fallen Angel. Wow! Thank you for the lemons, Falskis. How you doing? I'm doing well too. Thanks for asking. Bugdana, so if you build a house in a creek bed, you're just asking for a flood. Not really, but you shouldn't be startled when a flood happens. You know what else in another... I quit. That wasn't a phone call. You know what else is a similar kind of... Similar but not the same? When you think about in Australia, this happens all too often. People buy houses next to pubs and then complain about live music. It's like, you fucking idiots. You bought a house next to a pub and you're complaining about live music, people coming out late at night. Dude, don't buy a house next to a pub. It's like saying I bought a house in the country and I'm going to complain that the neighbors have cows because they keep mooing. And I'm trying to I'm recording an album and I keep hearing these cows mooing. You shouldn't have bought a house next to a farm then. People. You can't live with them. You can't live without them. The world's a funky place, folks. It's like, yeah, this great apartment came up. You know, it's super cheap. It's double glazed. It's got all the latest air conditioning units and all the mod cons. It's got a beautiful fireplace. Super cheap, hey. It's like $400 a month cheaper than it should be because it's under the flight path. I'm going to go for it anyway. And then within a year, it's like, yeah, I got to complain about all these planes. They're keeping me up. They're coming in early and there's all this black shit on my lawn. I don't, where do you live, sir? Yeah, the Airport Way, 123 Airport Way. And how long have you lived there? I only moved in here 8 months ago. So the planes were already landing when you looked at the house? Yeah, I already knew there was an airport here. Then fuck off, you idiot. That's how it should go, hey. You knew about the airport and you still chose to live there. That rules out all the grounds of complaints. If they build an airport after, then you've got a complaint. But if you knew about it and you still went and bought, then it's on you. It's like buying next to a hog farm and complaining about the smell. Exactly, Sergeant Bob. Ken and Karen's everywhere. I mean, yeah, they now have a name. They never used to have a name, did they? Way too many. They get thicker as time goes on. I mean, it's never ending, is it? You could do the same thing for like, I bought this house, man. It's really cool. Hey, like it's next to the speedway, so we get to see all the races. You know, I used to watch the races on television, and now I can watch the Daytona from my balcony. And then after 6 months, it's like, dude, it's so loud here. Pick up the phone. Oh, I got to complain about these cars, man. They're too noisy. You know, can you at least do less races? Maybe just do them on Thursdays and Fridays, and maybe Saturdays. Don't do Sundays because it's our day. It's like, dude, they've been doing races here for years, and you just bought a house. Now you think you can complain? Get him out of here. They did have a name. I just can't repeat it without a ban. Well, you can swear in my channel. We're mature tagged here. I'm picking off, on my mouth, I'm picking off dead skin. How about that? I didn't put any, I put sun cream on though, but not on my lips. Put sun cream on yesterday. Ironic, isn't it? Sun cream in the snow. Is that called snow cream? I don't know, folks. Just when you think the world is getting itself sorted, it gets all funky. And how? Assholes. You can say assholes. I don't even really think that's a curse word these days, is it? Who was I talking to the other day? No, I was watching a podcast and they were talking about whether getting pissed. Now, just to clarify to those Australians, I don't mean drinking, I mean getting angry, right? Getting pissed in Australia is getting drunk. But being pissed is when you're angry. And even that isn't considered a cursive word anymore. Getting pissed off, it's not a curse. Like that's the Queen's English, is it? I don't know. Bug Nana, when my grandkids get in the car, I yell assholes and elbows before I shut the door. Oh, to make sure they're in. Right. I mean, I don't know how old the kids are. You probably could choose a different word depending on their age, but they're probably going to use that word anyway, you know? Like, are you all in, assholes and elbows? Get them in. I'm not going to close this door until I can see you're clear. That's pretty funny. What else can I tell you? Should I have another Jack? Hey, oh wow, that did not last long at all. Wow, I've got my... Okay. I'm gonna turn that off. Let me just turn this off. Should I get another Jack? Jackie boy? TKK 9090, what? How you doing, man? Dude, someone we don't see often on D-Live anymore, TKK 9090, there he is right there in the chat, not on Twitch or Trovo, he's on the D-Live Mashinsky. Good to see you, man. Yeah. I feel like this is gonna delve into a how about D-Live conversation. Maybe it shouldn't, hey? Maybe it shouldn't, but it is nice to see you, dude. Where have you been and why have you been missing? I'm kind of waiting for an answer to my question. Should I get another Jack or should we... Don't know. I wonder how much of a loop this is, like... Oh, I saw it reset just then. That's not a real fire, by the way, in case you were wondering. TKK, it's been a bit harder with your earlier starts. Oh, this is true, yeah. Yeah, I am... Yeah, it's earlier for everybody. Hendrik says, Jack, thank you, Hendrik. Appreciate you suggesting that. I was going to as well. I'll be right back. Gonna get more ice too. Jackie boy. Well, double Jack and Cola, or as Charlotte calls them, dubs. I love a dubs. I appreciate it because at the old times I'd be sitting in bed and sleeping. Jason, you like these earlier streams, do you? Well, I'm only doing it like this because I'm in New Zealand. This is not my chosen stream time. This is just matter of fact. how it is in NZ. That might have been the wrong way to pour that. No, perfect. Dude, look how much that filled that glass. A little froth there. Double Jack and Cola, small can, 250ml, New Zealand style, made in Australia. Not available in Australia though, only available in New Zealand in that size. Interesting. Did that log fall down? I feel like that log fell down a little. Did anybody think that was a real fire at any point, or were you all aware that that's not a real fire? So give me a topic. Give me a conversation starter. I'll fill the blanks in. You give me the starting point. Here we go. TKK. Is your van going to start when you get back? I'm guessing someone's looking after it. Good question. My sister and my brother have been driving it, and it should be fine. I instantly knew it was a TV. Okay, good. Because I guess the couches give it away. Yeah, so they've obviously been taking care of it and starting it up and driving it while I've been gone. That was the plan. That was always going to be the plan. It's a TV fire. It looks nice though, huh? It looks legitimately like a fire, or I mean, it is a fire. It's just a YouTube video. Kind of got an idea. I'm thinking I could do something similar with like waves crashing at the ocean. This thing's got like millions of views on YouTube. Seriously, so go to YouTube and search up fireplace screensaver and just look at the views. Like, it makes no sense, but imagine that's the easiest monetization content ever. I should go out and start shooting like creeks and waterfalls and lakes and anything, huh? It'll be good timing when you get back, warmer months and IRLs. Yeah, that's right, TKK. Yeah, I'm pretty stoked to be over here for the coldest time of the year and back to Australia for the hot times. Yeah, do you know what? Like, there's more benefits. I'm not suggesting I'm going to do this again next year, but if I did, I automatically have a job. So I could come back into this town and do that job again and get better pay and better benefits, such as family and friends half price. If anybody wants to come snowboarding, if I'm here next year, you can come for half price. There's other benefits too. What were they? I didn't pay too much attention, but basically the idea of coming back as a returning staff member automatically gets you a better deal. And it makes sense because they don't want to have to faff around like hiring new crew and training again. I mean, there's obviously going to be training involved, but yeah, it just makes more sense to keep the crew, keep the staff coming back is what I'm saying. I'm not suggesting I'm going to do that, but it's definitely something I'm thinking about. If that was the case, I'd probably do a shorter stint. Like, I'd come and leave earlier. Like, I'm staying till October when I probably don't need to. Yeah. If I was to think about it logically, I probably wouldn't stay that long. But I do miss Australia. Definitely miss surfing, far out. It's the grass is greener situation though, because as soon as I'm back in Australia surfing, I'll be like, dude, let's go down to Queenstown Gardens and do we can't. Let's go down and look at the Remarkables. I can't. Let's have a look at Coronet Peak. I can't. So right now I'm like, I'm right here. I am. So don't tell me I'm not, but I should be lapping this up, but I am. I would love to go, but I'm too old to go skiing. Yeah, okay. It's not, I don't know, is it age that stops people from skiing though? There's a good portion of elderly crew that are skiing. There's a good portion of them. TKK, being back in the kitchen has given you any thoughts of doing some of that back in Australia? Hell no, not a chance, dude. I've got a very definite opinion on this, or a very defined opinion on this. I don't like working in kitchens unless I'm somewhere. So like, the idea of kitchen work is super cool because you can quite literally go anywhere and get a job instantly. Doing that back home doesn't appeal to me at all. Like, there's nothing about working in a kitchen in Culburra Beach that would excite me. Nothing at all. Yeah, but put that same kitchen in Banff, Canada, I'd be going there and frothing to work there. But in just a regular town, there's nothing attractive about it at all to me. You got bad knees and bad hips, Bogdana. Understood. Hendrik, I've never skied or snowboarded. Do you know what, man? It doesn't even need to be for skiing or snowboarding. It's quite literally just to come here and have access, because you can go up on the chairlift and not get off. Or you can go up and then they can stop it and you can walk off it. You don't have to ski or snowboard off the chairlift. You can go up the chair all the way to the top. Then they'll see that you got no gear and they'll stop it and you can just hop off, and then you can hike up to the peak, drink the wine, then you come back on the chair, get back to the chair, go back down. And what I'm saying is that costs, right? Normally it's $20 on the bus, then your day pass is like, I think it's like $120 for a ski pass for the day. Skiing's expensive, dude. But as a friend and family, half price. I get it free, friend and family get it half price. You can ride the lift, there are restaurants up top. Actually, there are no restaurants up top. Oh, sorry. There is an ice bar. Shit, I didn't even see it. Dude, I snowboarded yesterday right past it 4 times and didn't even see it. There's an ice bar up Curvy Basin, but I didn't see it. How did I not see that? I literally went past that spot 4 times yesterday. Yeah, but there are no restaurants or anything at the top of this hill. There's just communications towers. Ironically, there's a 4G tower, so you're going to be able to do a live stream from right there. But yeah, we don't have any resorts up on top like that. I'm just thinking about Mount Hutt, the third mountain. I don't think Mount Hutt does that either. Music Man, how you doing? Did I say hello to Music Man? I think I did. If I didn't, little cheers there for you, MM. Some resorts have snowcats that will drive you up to the top with the restaurant visit. Yeah, not here. I didn't see it in your vlog. Yeah, oh yeah. They show, like, who was I talking to? By the way, the crew here in the transport division, really nice guys and girls, and they're in the dispatch, but all the drivers are guys. Oh no, there's one woman. Yeah, really cool people. I was talking with one of them yesterday. What was his name? Sam. But no, that wasn't that conversation. Dude, I can't remember who I was talking with, but they actually pointed and said, that's the ice bar. It's not open yet, but it's right there. That wasn't yesterday. That was like before we were skiing. And then I went snowboarding yesterday. And yeah, I didn't. That's weird, hey? I want to go up to Lake Alta. You saw Lake Alta I hiked up a little bit and did this little shoot area. I want to go up. I want to go to Lake Alta and just hang out next to a frozen lake. Restream.io in my Restream chat. Congratulations, you've received 100 messages today with Restream chat. Thanks. Music Man, why don't you have steel-studded snow tires so you don't need chains? I mean, I don't know. I don't know of that being a thing. Steel-studded snow tires. I've never heard of that. I guess if you had snow tires with steel studs on them, you would probably only, and this is just me thinking with the knowledge I have now about alpine driving, you would then only ever drive that vehicle in that environment. See, we're doing the town run, we're running in and out of town. So sealed roads, I guess maybe arguably less than 10 Ks of sealed road, and then another 10 or 20 Ks, I guess the remarks is like 17 Ks of a sealed road that can be iced or covered in snow. So yeah, the only way you'd do that is if you were always in that alpine environment. So the only way the only way that would happen is if this town always got covered in snow. So from the moment winter begins, it's like, dude, get those steel studded tires ready. And then it's like, okay, they're on. And then they're on for the whole season and there's snow everywhere. That's not what it's like though. Night all. No worries, Bug. Then I have a good sleep. Catch those Z's, sleep swirls. Yeah, without knowing for a fact, I think I nailed that. I think I got that down. Let me just do a quick Google search on that though. Steel studded snow tires. Steel studded snow tires. That's a great band name too. They're coming to stage 2 of Grass Pop Metal Meeting. Steel studded snow tires out of Finland. Let me just do an image search. Oh wow. Okay, that's not what I pictured. Yeah, right, they don't really stick up very far. I know you guys can't see this shizzle because I'm not using my stream setup like I would do from home because I'm not at home. Yeah, okay, I don't think that would be... It doesn't look gnarly. Like, they don't look like they'd be that effective. I mean, okay, probably for like an SUV or something, it'd be pretty effective, but for a... we got these massive MAN buses out of Germany. I don't think that would be good at all. That looks pathetic, really. Sorry, Music Man, that looks wussy. I'd rather see chains. Chains are like, there's no faffing around with snow chains, hey? They're big and thick and you've got them on too. That was one thing I noticed Friday when I didn't work yet. Yeah, Friday. Friday. Fuck, I couldn't remember what day it was. Sunday today. Drove all from like 1 p.m. through till 4 p.m. Drove with chains on, then took the chains off, and it was like, dude, I feel like I'm driving on air right now. It's so much smoother and quieter. Music Man, they are great traction on ice. There is nothing better. I've been on a bus sliding sideways on the ice. No fun. Yeah, but like I said, you would not use them outside of that environment. I can't imagine you'd drive, unless they're retractable. Are the steel studs retractable with like a gauge, like a little lever or something? You can slide them in and slide them out. That could be a thing. If you can like activate them and then deactivate them, I get that. But if they're permanently studded out of the tires, you would definitely not do that downtown. Like you'd be cutting up the road. Like you'd be taking chunks of the tarmac up with you as well, the bitumen. Chains break, you can't go fast. They wipe around and break the wells out of the bus. If they come apart, yeah. I mean, let's not forget that this company, NZ Ski, they've been doing this for... I mean, Coronet Peak is celebrating its 75th year anniversary this year. So they've been driving up that road for 75 fucking years. I would assume they've tried everything and they've got onto chains and they've stuck with chains. By the way, folks, I forgot I'm using battery power here and my GH5 is down to the last bar. So we've got to keep an eye on that and we've got to wrap the stream before that bar says... If that bar starts flashing red, which it's not yet, but if it does, we're out of here. Not being rude about it, but yeah, I'm on battery power now on these streams. So That won't always be the case though, because I do have this guy here, which I can't use yet, but I do have a couple of different battery packs, which will help resolve. Oh, what a save. I caught it. Dude, that's remarkable. Yeah. But yeah, I would assume that NZ Ski have got this down, dude. I definitely assume they got this down. I think they know what they're doing. And I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying driving with chains. I'm enjoying putting them on. I'm enjoying taking them off. I even helped another dude out. He was getting a little stuck. I helped him out with his chains. G'day, Mac, if you're watching. So how long did we get on this stream though, if that's the case with a full battery? 1 hour, so 1.5 hours for the GH5 battery. Well, it's not dead yet. We'll keep an eye on that though. 1.5 hours. That's interesting to note because I feel like it's going to be easier to use batteries, but to then have the power bank. So if we're hiking around and I'm walking, obviously it's going to be lighter than having this thing on, right? Like that's kind of got a bit of weight to it. That's better to have in the backpack and use batteries. And then when we get to the spot, sit down and be like, okay, so we're not moving now. I'll use these guys while we're sitting down, plug them in, take over with power bank. Oh, we're going to move, unplug those. You'll lose it for a second, but it'll come back. Then we start walking around. Yeah, that's true. Hendrik, I suppose they used horses and carts 75 years ago then. Wow, true, yeah. Yeah, true. Do you know what they've just done, which I want to have a good look at? They've put up a historical wall, like a big installation of like the 75-year history. It's up at Coronet Peak. I saw all the partitions. They were all covered up and I just didn't think about what it was. And then they revealed it the other day. I'm going to spend a lot of time in there and have a good read. Because yeah, they would have used horse and cart for sure. Do you know what I find interesting? This came to me like, just kind of like one thought just came to me. Where was I coming from? Oh, I was driving back from the AA. So I was coming back from Frankton through Queenstown, heading back up to Coronet Peak in Malcolm, my boss's work ute. And I was driving and you can see Coronet Peak as you drive along. And I was driving along, I was thinking, this idea or this notion just came to me instantly. It's like, everything that's happening right now, all of this job for me and all the other staff members and all the training and the station resort building and the season passes and the snow rental businesses and like the buses and the car parking and the transport division and the roads division and the ski patrol and the first and the food and beverage and everything about this industry came from the original idea of, hey, it's snowing. Let's slide down that snow. The simple joy of like a kid just grabbing a bit of cardboard or a garbage or a trash can lid and sliding down snow. A little hill, just fanging down the snow, yay! And they get to the bottom. That's everything that this town, well, not everything, but the bulk of this town survives because somebody at some point realized that when it snows, it's really fun to slip and slide down that snow. And it just kind of hit me at like all of this infrastructure, all of this business and all of this money and like getting me over here from Australia and like relocating and setting up and the P endorsement, all that stuff is just to slide down some snow. That kind of stuff trips me up a few times. If you stop and think about that in life, you'll find many instances where that can be a little strange. Not strange, but it can be a thing. The horses must have had studded hoofs. I wonder if they had chains on their hoofs. Yeah, I won't take the link there, Music Man, being that I can't look at them. But yeah, so that was the thing that sort of hit me the other day and just kind of made me What do they say? You stop and pause, like you take pause. I stopped and paused on that, and I was like, oh, okay. Let me just give a little more light here to this situation. Vale was started from returning snow ski trained soldiers. So they used skis in the war? Yeah, okay, cool. That's for Hendrik? Oh, okay, no worries. Well, what if I want them? What if I want those links? I can't touch them. Just looking up at the blue sky that did roll in momentarily. It's clouded back up again. There's a little patch of blue skis there. Blue skis is blue skies. How's the battery? It's still on that last bar. It'll start flashing red, and that's when I'll have to sort of wrap it. Yeah. What else can I tell you? What else have I got for you? So yeah, hike up to the top of Coronet Peak, do a live stream from somewhere, drink some beers. I really love taking beers and just smacking them into the snow, and they get ice cold. Get your battery charged. Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm not going to be able to do that. When that battery flashes red, that's the end of the stream. But it's good to note how long it's got, or how long it's given us, because right now we've been live for 1 hour 28. So we got about there's 2 GH5 batteries. The other one's downstairs, so we're just doing one today. But it's good to note that that's how much time I could stream walking or getting somewhere. And then when we sit down, and I don't have it with me because my sister's partner is doing the soldering, but yeah. Well, and that's these power packs. These guys, 2 USB goes to 1, goes into the dummy GH5. That's actually about the same weight as the GH5 battery. I wonder if I could sort of rig that up, that it sits up there somehow. Why do they make power banks with no threads? There's no 1/4-inch threads on these. You got to just have I've actually got a little small rig, extrudable, I don't know what you call it. It just sits in there and closes it. But they could, if they just put a thread on this, you could just screw it on. It makes so much more sense. Idiots. You know. Hendrik, can you Discord them to Gibbs? Yeah, because Music Man, you don't use Discord, do you? You should just jump on the Discord. Jump on Discord, dude. Discord is great for that kind of stuff. Hendrik can do it. There you go. Or Music Man could get in there himself. Hendrik, let him do it. Let him learn. By the way, all the squeaking you're hearing, it's this chair. Yeah? Sounds like it's farting sometimes. It's not. It's the chair. That light's not quite angled. Oh, I've got to get a thumbnail for this too. Let me just get a thumbnail for this. Jack's by the fire. Is this going to be a good thumbnail? I won't remember where this is in the frame though. Jack's by the fire. I've got to get a bit closer if it's going to be yeah, I'll do it like this. I'll go like this. Jack's by the fire. Hang on. Be serious. No, don't be serious, but put it up to the lens. How close to the lens is that going to be though? Oh, that's out of light. It's got to be like this. Get it back in the light like this. Where's the? Oh, hang on. I'll do it this way. Is that better? No, it's got to be like this. The can is so small. Be like this. That's my thumbnail. Is that a TV fire? What about putting a caged line on the fish tank or a fish tank? Well, I chose fire because it's like, oh, that's got light on my face, a shadow on my face. Hold on a second. Let me get this right. Yeah. Is that going to work? No. Who cares? Fucking YouTube thumbnails, who cares? No one's going to watch it anyway. I chose the fire because it's winter, right? I just figured it's nice and cozy and it's warm. It's got like a pleasant pleasant vibe. And also, secretly, a lot of me was like, that's what Grim does. Grim always has televisions with his music on it behind him. That's kind of what I was thinking with that. It's kind of like, strangely, it's like almost my idea of how I wanted to do interviews with a television screen, but I didn't think about a fire being behind me. This kind of gives me ideas for when I do go back to Australia. Maybe we'll rejig my stream setup in my room. Maybe where the bed is, there'll be a big fireplace or something. Maybe not. Or behind me, where the picture of Charles Wayne used to be, that'll be a little. I could put an iPad or something with a fire. I don't know. Why am I thinking about that? I'm in New Zealand. Think about New Zealand right now.
How it feels.
And the fire works well with the orange ceiling lights. It really does. It kicks off those perfectly. Who did that? What was that? That was a diamond? Who did that? MD Wits, the triple give, the diamond, the ice cream, the lemon, my Eunice. Wow! I just want to tell you how it feels. Thank you, MD Wit. Feels good. How you doing? My Eunice. Wow! Yeah, the colouring behind me, it's coincidental, but that is nice and welcoming. It's like my home streams. It's a welcoming tonality. The other time we streamed here, we didn't have the television on, and I was thinking, dude, that's a big black void. We could easily put the screen on of some sort. So we did, and there it is. But give me some ideas of what videos, because that's a 10-hour loop. What videos could I do that would be similar? Could I do like ducks swimming in the lake, 10 hours of that sort of thing? You know what we could do? We could do that when we're streaming, because I can easily hit record on the GH5 and record what's going into the camera. So we could get a nice framing of, like, I don't know, like water running over a creek or pebbles or something, and then just like loop it for 10 hours. Do call-ins on the TV. Oh man, how could you do that? Hendrik, what have you done here? You've triggered me. How would you do that? You'd have to... Do you know what, man? You could do that very, very, very easily because of the MacBook Pro with HDMI out. Oh, do that, it'd be simple. You just put a HDMI cable out of here and plug it into there, and I'd bring up Restream in full screen, and then you'd literally be on the television. How would I do it with audio though? Like, the stream needs to hear the audio. Be no different to the way we did it the other day, where we plugged the audio cable out of the MacBook Pro using loopback, turning on a few things, turning off a few things, and then shoving it in. Is that a Roku or a Fire TV? It's neither. Using the HDMI transmitters. This is true, Hendrik. I've got them now. Yeah, this is true, dude. Wow, dude. That would actually be... The only problem is that it's too far away, but you could have this person speaking in full screen, and you'd be over there, like on that screen, talking to us. That'd be so cool, hey. We're not doing it today because we're not on the red yet, but it's neither of those things. It's not a Roku or a Fire TV. It's quite literally just the YouTube app in full screen, and I chose a video called Fireplace Screensaver on YouTube. So this YouTube channel is getting all the views. It's got like millions. This thing's got millions of views. And I mean, it's props to someone doing it, but it does leave it open for other people to do other things. Like, I could do a campfire. I could do snow melting. I could do creek, like water running over pebbles. I could do like ducks swimming in a pond. 10 hours, like, and obviously it's a loop, right? Because otherwise the fire would have gone down by now. So it's a loop. It's just looping over. But you think about it, like people in like hotels and like reception areas, they have this as their background. just like what I'm doing right now. We're giving this person fuck tons of view time, and all they've done is point their camera at a fire for arguably 4 minutes and looped it for 10 hours. That, like, there's got to be other things you could use that concept with. Water running out of a tap, sprinkler in the summer, anything that's like regular day-to-day kind of vibes. Yeah. Train pulling out of a station. What am I doing? Dude, that's still on that last bar. Should we get another drink? Well, it's still on the last bar. It hasn't gone red yet. Should I get the last Jack? I feel like, I mean, as soon as it starts flashing red, we've got about arguably 2 to 3 minutes to wrap the stream, but it's not flashing red yet. So are we going to sit here? Are we going to have a third Jack? I mean, that's the end of the Jack at that point, but I'll do it if you want me to. MD Wit says go for it. I don't need to be told twice or thrice. Let me go and get it. I got my eye on you though. I'm watching this. I'm off to the side here, but I'm seeing it. It's still on the last bar. That last bar is like, you know what? That's really cool actually, because I hate devices where every bar isn't equal. Like you'll go to like, first 2 bars will go down, then the last bar will be like, at least it's even here. Get the other battery while you get the other Jack. No, the other battery isn't charged, Hendrik. It's downstairs, not on charge. The idea is that I didn't want to do an epic... I wanted to see how... Let me get this Jack. I'll talk to you while I'm over there. I wanted to see how long this battery lasts so that we know when we're live streaming how far we can walk. Too many things to remember. Because when you start using these HDMI transmitters, you are essentially using, you're trying to keep things as lightweight as possible. Trying to keep the whole rig light. GH5 is quite a light camera. What's the heaviest thing on that rig? Actually, hello Timona.
How are you?
Good, how you doing?
Good, good.
Housemate just came home. The heaviest thing on this rig would be probably the Sony battery, the NP550 I think it is. Probably, yeah. What was that noise? I was saying, I agree with you. Watch this. Do it in one hit. It'll froth up, but it won't overflow. The ice just cracked as well. How about that for frothiness? Stay frothy. 3 dubs. 3 dubs and, oh, it's flashing red. No shit, dudes. Should I go and grab the other? I'll go and grab the other. I just poured this Jack. I'll go and grab the other battery. It's not on charge, but it should have some juice in it. But it could go, if it goes black, I'll be back. It's flashing red right now. Damn. Okay. Oh shit. I'll go and get it. Hendrik, you win, H-Man. The H-Man wins. I just poured that Jack too. Gee. Still on? Oh shit, yeah. This is going to be interesting. I want to see how long it flashes red for. So arguably it's been flashing red for about a minute now, 60 seconds. Here's the other battery. I'm going to let it roll. So what'll happen is eventually or very soon, it'll just go black. Don't worry. I'll be back. It'll just go black for you guys. You won't see Suki's image. It'll just go black. What settings are we on? ISO 800 and 100. Yeah, cool. Cool. Chooses in the meantime. So how much did we get? Let me see. 1 hour and 40. Okay, cool. Cool. 1 hour and 40 skis. Flashing red. We're in the red here, folks. Did that camera get wobbled or something? I thought we had a little bit more. I thought we saw a little bit of that side light. How come? What? How come I'm not seeing? Yeah, that's better. Yeah, I wanted to see that little bit of light. I don't know. Doesn't matter. That's better. I wanted to get that little white light on the wall there. I wanted you to see that. That's a little side light that I turned on specifically for the stream. Bam, dude, it's flashing red. How long does that flash red for? In regards to the question of how long it lasts, how long it flashes red for, that's how long it flashes red for. So we should be back. That's that whole battery done. That's funny, huh? That's funny. I literally just asked, and yeah, you did see Suki. Okay, so let me just check that. Yeah, cool. So that's a problem, or not a problem, but that's a setting with the Teradek Wave. The wave unit doesn't kick back in once you. So if you drop the HDMI signal, the stream drops, which is a bit of a shame, but because I use Go Lightstream, you just see Suki, so it's not a new stream. Yeah. So we're all good. We're bark. We're bark. We are bark, aren't we? We are bark. Let me just confirm we're bark. Yeah, we're bark. Yeah, we're bark, and it's the same stream, of course. You just saw Suki's beautiful bird image for a little while. Yeah, that's all good. Let me know if we are bark and everything's good. But we won't stay here for the next 1 hour and 40. We're going to just kind of enjoy the jack, enjoy our time together. But yes, in regards to my question, how long does it last on the red? Bark after a small minuet. It was, yeah, it came and went. Yeah, cool. Looking good. Thank you, MD Wit. Thank you, H-Man. Thank you, MD. Yeah, cool. I'll just put in the chat again, if you're watching, if you are wanting to chat, come over here. Put that in the restream. That says it posted on, did that actually post on Facebook? Did that post on my Facebook? I don't think it posts on Facebook. How did it say Facebook? What did it say? My brother was calling me. I beg your pardon. Can you give us a call? Oh, I can't do that now. I beg your pardon. I'm just checking Facebook. I thought it didn't do that. Laura's watching. Laura? How you going, Laura? On Facebook? No, it doesn't. Okay. Well, come on over, Laura. If you're watching still on Facebook, come on over to D-Live. Laura is in Seattle. Let's go back to there. Cool. All right. I'm not making this up, but TKK asked earlier about my battery in Stevan and what's gonna happen. My brother literally sent me a message, says, "Hey Ben," calls me Ben, "can you give us a call when you're free? Trying to take your car for a drive, but it's not unlocking with the remote. Should we just use the key? If the alarm goes off by using the key, how do we deactivate the alarm?" They'll work it out. When was that? It was a little while ago. Yeah, that was over an hour ago. They would have worked it out by now. Dad, that system, that alarm system on Stevan is the strangest thing. Like, whoever designed that should be shot in the head. That's a little extreme. Shoot him in the foot and then work way up to the knee, then get to the hip. Avoid the chest area because that's where the heart is, and avoid the head. Just shoot him in the knee. At that point, they should be shot in the knee. It's so... Like, if you're in the van, if you're in Stevan and the ignition is on, and then you open the door, the alarm will chirp. Beep, beep. It's like, what's that for? I know that the thing has been, like, I've unarmed the alarm because I'm in the vehicle. Clearly, because it's driving. So therefore, the alarm, at that point, the alarm has nothing to do with anything. It should be separated. So you should be able to drive and not have any alarm activity. The only time the alarm should do anything is when you take those keys out and you hop out. That's when the alarm should do something. Yet this thing activates with the will of the nil. It just comes on and does whatever it wants. Sometimes you'll get out of the car and you'll press the alarm button and it will go beep, beep. Like, okay, the alarm's on, that means the car's locked, and you'll open the door. The door will be unlocked. And it's like, dude, it just did the thing, yet it's completely open. And then you'll do it again and it will go clip, clip, and then the door will go. So it's like, okay, that's a two presser. You got to do it twice. You think, okay, so you got to do it twice. No worries, I'll do it twice from now on. Other times you'll do it once, it'll be locked. Other times you'll do it twice, it'll be unlocked. It's completely random how it works. So I get why my brother's having a hard time sort of sussing it out, but that was over an hour ago when he asked me, and I'm just going to assume he worked it out himself. But I thought that from the moment I got that van, I was like, what? And I even wanted to, like, in an ideal world, I would completely remove the entire alarm system and put an isolator switch in and just turn the isolator off. That's what I should have done. It's just stupid. Then someone could steal it, but then who's going to, well, who wants to steal a like 1996 Japanese import van? No one. People are, if you're going to do a bank job, you're not looking at a Steve van and going, that's the vehicle we're going to get away with. You're looking for like a little sporty SUV or like a little soccer mum's car or something. You're not going to go, yo, Bob, we're going to do that bank job on Tuesday, right? I'm going to steal a van on Monday. I know one in the street. It's really old and shitty. That's the best one, man. It's going to be, it might not even work. Bob. Bank jobs with Bob. But my brother, Stefan, if you're watching, you should take Stevan. I'm assuming you got it working. You should take Stevan and do your jobs, whatever you got to do, and sleep in it. I got a bed there. My brother sleeps in a car. I gave him Stevan to use. And he hasn't been using it. He's been driving his car and he sleeps in the back when he's got like jobs away from home. Take Stevan, like go on. Stevan's bed is better than my bed here. It really is actually. My bed here is like, it's more on the soft side than on the hard side. And I'd rather a bed that's more on the hard side than the soft side, but this is the opposite. Is there even a bank to rob in Culburra? That's true, actually. No. There isn't. There is no. I mean, there's an There's an ATM? No, there's not even an ATM, dude. There's no ATM aside from like cash out at Woolies. There's no ATM in Culburra Beach that I mean, I have ANZ and there's not one there. Funnily enough, Culburra Beach is a dumping ground for stolen vehicles. You often see burnt out stolen vehicles, well, assumed stolen. I don't know why anyone else would burn out a car if they weren't trying to like remove the evidence, but often you find cars along the main entrance, like the main road in, burnt out. They sit there with police crime scene kind of wrapping around it for like months often. Yeah, apparently it's a good place to go and just drive and dump vehicles. I told you there's a whole bunch of Steve Vans in this town though. Everywhere you look, not everywhere, but I know Hallenstein Street, which I can see from right here, there's a couple of Steve Vans on that street. Man, this town is super anal with parking tickets. Like, because they get a lot of freedom campers, like people just going, yeah, I'm going to camp here overnight. Robbins Road, which is one of the main artillery access roads into town. It's got the high school or the primary school and the rugby oval. People park up there and try to sleep, and I've heard stories of people getting knocked on their windows and woken up at night, and you get a $200 fine as well. And they're really, really strict on it. Like if you think I'm going to drive down to Queenstown to go snowboarding and I'm going to just park up in the streets and sleep, you'll get caught. The only way you do it, and this is, I guess this goes for anywhere, but the only way you could do it is if you went into kind of like streets I'm on, like back streets, where you like there's a couple of vans down here on the street, and I'm wondering if they're just dudes camping, because I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of familiar with the traffic around here now, but they could be anybody, right? But if you park up in like, there's a car park across from Juicy Snooze. Juicy Snooze is like a, g'day Rick if you're watching, Rick works there. I went and saw him today actually. If there's a car park across the ways from that, and if you park up there, it's paid parking, and you always see, it's not Wicked, no, Juicy Snooze campers. I was going to say Wicked. Wicked is Australia, those backpacking vans. There's another one here in New Zealand, I can't remember the name of it. They're always parked up there, but they're never there in the morning because they get told to move. I'll keep that in mind for the next time I rip off a car from Nowra. That's what's happening. They're ripping off cars in Nowra and dumping them in Culburra Beach. Yeah. How often do you do that though, Hendrik? Can't take you anywhere, man. Stealing cars. Well, what else is cracking? Give me. I'm sitting here yapping. You tell me what's cracking. What is cracking in your town? Do you know what the problem with live streaming is? It's the latency. Latency is the problem. And when you add all these extra services in top, like I have, it adds more latency. And like conversation in life normally is quite fluid, where I'll say something or someone says something and then the person retorts, and then either they add to the conversation and then the conversation continues along. But when you're live streaming, it's like you make the conversation and then you have to factor in that there's going to be a wait period before anybody even sees the conversation, aka hears it, and then has the opportunity and the timing to type it in. And often people are using like cell phones where they, two-finger typing or whatever it is. And then you've got to have that latency for it to get back to you. And by then, the streamer's mind's already wandered onto the next topic. And so suddenly you're back. You've moved on, but you've got to be back where that was as well. Guess what I'm saying is streamers are awesome because they're multifaceted. They can jump back and forward in time. We're like a little flux capacitor, folks. We can time travel. We have to. We do. I'm on a bus in Hawaii. See what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? How you doing, Sir Rich One? Case in point, this dude's on a bus in Hawaii. Aloha! I had a car ripped off once. They tried to set it on fire, but they must have forgotten the matches. So they just doused it in petrol or something and then left it? Is that what you're saying? They just doused it in some like ignitable fluid? Interesting. I've never had a car stolen. Oh no, no, that's not. Well, hang on. This broken into, is that considered stealing? I had a van, my Mitsubishi L300 4x4 that was broken into on High Street in Glenelg in 2005, I'm going to say, 2006. And they stole my mini disc player and my skateboard. Yeah, they took my skateboard too. That's what happened. Yeah, okay, so your car smelt then, Hendrik. MD Witt, there was a couple at where I worked came in and said that someone stole their car. Did you work at a rental place or something, MD? And the funny thing is, the board that they stole from me was a very distinct human skateboard. I was doing the website. I was doing graphic design and web development for World Action Sports. Brad. You haven't seen Brad for a while. And he would give me product. That was kind of like my first ever sponsorship with skateboarding. And it wasn't even really for skateboarding, but it was skateboarding product. But I got decks, I got wheels, I got backpacks, I got shoes, all of it human gear. So human shoes, human backpacks, human decks, I'm going to say wheels? No, I always had Cortec. Anyway, the branding was very, very, very obvious. And about maybe 3 days after that van got broken into, I saw a dude sitting down next to the jetty, the pier at Glenelg, with my board. And I was like, dude, that's the dude who... Obviously, that's the guy who broke into my van. He's got my board right there. So I went back up Jetty Road to the cop shop, and I said, dudes, my car was broken into. I made a report of it 3 days ago. The dude who did it is literally at the bay right now because he's got my skateboard. And the cop kind of said to me, what do you mean? How do you know it's him? And I'm like, well, he's got my skateboard, right? Like, and the cop said, yeah, but the dudes who broke into your car might not be that dude. Like, they could have then sold that skateboard to an op shop, and then it's been 3 days, someone else could have bought it. I was like, fair, but probably not, right? More than likely, that's the fucking dude who did it. And the cop's like, yeah, but we can't act on that. And I'm like, fuck. So what? So I'm going to just watch this kid with my skateboard. They took I was more concerned about my mini disc player, basically. And I'm like, they're like, are you going to do nothing? Is that what's going to happen? You're not going to do anything? He's like, man, we can't do anything here. I'm like, okay, then I'll do something. And he's like, what are you thinking of doing? I'm going to go and get my skateboard. He's like, well, then you'll be the one in the wrong. You're going to take a skateboard off a kid down by the jetty? I'm like, it's my skateboard. He's like, yeah, but how can you prove that? I'm like, they stole it from my fucking vehicle. And he's like, if you take that board off that kid, you're the one that's doing the stealing. Fuck, this world, right? So there's nothing that could be done. I just had to watch these dudes, these homeboys, with my skateboard. They're the fucking idiots who smashed my window, stole my mini disc player from my car. This is an in-dash MD player. I probably don't even remember them, but there was mini discs. Yeah, and they took it, and they also took my skateboard. And it's just like, can't you nab him for something? Can't you check his record, ask him for his ID or something, and then just do a cross check and see if he's a known, you know, they're only kids. Like maybe they've done this before. Maybe they've already been caught. Like if you nab or if you just do a background check on these kids and they come up in their record as breaking and enter or what's it called? Grand theft auto, right? Breaking into a car. Then they're the dudes. Like you don't have to, like, you're the cops. You have the resources and the knowledge. I just happened to walk past and see, fuck, that's my skateboard. That is my board. Like, and by the way, I couldn't skate at that point either because I didn't have a board. I had to go and get another one from Brad. That took a little while to get shipped out. Yeah, sucks, eh? Like, if I went and like accosted them and said, you fuckwits, give me my board back, and if I made a fuss of it, then I'm the guy in the wrong. Yeah, strange. No, you sell heating and air. Okay. And people came in with a stolen vehicle. They had their vehicle stolen. Hendrik, I had to get rid of that car. They seized up the engine too. Oh, so they gave it a good thrashing. Yeah, okay, understood. Well, folks, I think we're going to wrap things up here. We're going to wind the stream up nice and gently. The fire's getting lower. You know, I've got to stoke it up soon. Add some more wood there. The embers are getting. It's exactly the same as it was before. That's a great idea. I wish I'd thought of it earlier myself, but I'm going to definitely think about things I can do, and you can help me to do things on the stream. If we're ever anywhere scenic, you could say, hey, Gibbs, you could do what are we going to call it? Like a 10-hour loop of, we'll do a maximum video upload, 12 hours on YouTube. Let's do a 12-hour loop of Moke Lake in the sunlight or wind in the tussocks or something. And you tell me and we'll record it. That's the plan. But for right now, I want to thank you lovely specimens for being here with me on an in-house stream with 3 Dubs Jack. Nice to be here inside in the warmth of the house with the lovely fire and the air conditioning. Actually, the AC is not even on. It's not that cold right now. I will be shooting YouTube stories. So if you want to follow along with my job, I'm working for the mountain. If you want to follow along with that, you got to go to my YouTube channel and check the stories. I've been doing that quite a lot. Like I said, I will be bumping those stories into one long or each day's long form, and then I'll upload it to YouTube at some point. But the stories only last for a certain amount of time on the tubes of you. So get in and have a look at them. It's good fun doing stories. It's pretty easy. The front-facing camera on the iPhone 7 Plus isn't great, but it's better than nothing. So if you want to see what I do on a daily basis, go to my YouTube channel. No surprises. It's called Gives a Minute. Once you're there, just look for the stories and you'll see them. And yeah, thanks for the financial contributions to this stream. I can't see the totals. I can do it. I can do that. I've got my laptop right here. MD Wit, Fallen Angel, and Music Man, thank you very much for the contributions you've made to this very much stream. Much appreciation. Cheers. So I guess right now I'm going to say ta-ta, and I'll see you all next time we stream, which probably will be a day off, and I'll be up on the hill. We'll be streaming from the mountain. Oh, shit, yeah. Let me just bring up this, and I will give you moments. What am I going to say? No. I will end the stream momentarily, but I got to factor in latency. How am I going to factor this in? I'm going to just factor it in by sitting here, beverage in hand, and say, I'll see you all next time. Waiting for latency. I could drink while I wait.